Well, here I want to demonstrate or show a PC which I have built 11 of, and here I'm going to build one more of, and it's quite a good PC. It's a mini ITX board, and the case is also very small, which we will see afterwards. It's a very stable PC because it is based on very reliable components. We have an Intel motherboard, an Intel CPU, an Intel SSD, an Intel network card, it needs an extra network card, Kingston memory, and then Antec with case with a built-in PSU. So which one should we start with? I think the most interesting one is the motherboard, because not many use Intel motherboards, and it's quite sad because they're really nice. At least the small one is really nice here, the mini ITX, because it does not use any third-party components, and it's always those third-party components which give you problems. For example, Asus, they really like putting all kinds of crap in which makes them unstable, and on top of that they like to put their own software which makes it even more unstable. So here we have it, a nice Intel motherboard. See the description for the details of the different product names and numbers and such. I will not say them here. It's filled up with a lot of nice connectors, everything you need. It even has room for a mini SSD or an external PCI, mini PCI Express. Yes. The other components are pretty standard, so we will not unbox those, but let's have a look at the case. So, as I said, this is a case from Antec, which make very nice cases and very reliable PSUs, power supplies. Let's see. It comes with nice packaging foam, which is good if you want to send your computer somewhere else afterwards. You can keep the foam. And let's have a look at the accessories first. Has some manuals, bunch of nice screws, some extra zip ties, and these guys good for cable management. Power cable, a converter from its internal USB 3 to USB 2, a stand, and a power cable. Okay, let's look at the case. Comes with thumb screws, little tight from the manufacturer. There's two versions of this case, one with internal power supply and one with external, and but it's the same case they use for both, so we have an empty connector right here. This case has gone through several revisions, but have the same product number. Earlier revisions did not have a USB 3 in the front. This one does. And where's my screwdriver? There we have one. This case only have a 150 watts power supply, but as long as you don't use any external, or not external, any extra video card, then it's no problem. And it's actually better to have a small power supply if that's enough, because then it's more efficient. You use or spend less electricity. And here we have it, very nice. And I think that's it for the first part. Then I will prepare a little and then we will start assembling it. Okay, for this specific build, if we have the motherboard here, the motherboard is going to be installed like this. And right here, the red connector here, is the power for the fan right here. This cable is not long enough, but if I take this fan out and rotate it, then it will be long enough. And so I have rotated it so the wire is longer. Actually, this guy here was also twisted a lot, so I untwisted that. So always remember your I/O shield.
Glad man.
Okay, so after spending more than 5 minutes putting in the I/O shield, we are now ready to continue. So we have the board here, and let's see if I can install it. You want to install it this way down. Let's see if I can manage that. Yes, and there we go. There we have it. And then the matter which grooves to use. I recommend using these guys. I don't know if it's easy to see them, but it's the one that's a little higher, and it has these grooves at the bottom. There's two reasons. One is that the screwdriver is much better connected with this one, so you don't slip the screwdriver and scratch the motherboard. And these grooves here also make better contact with the small dots on the motherboard. It's almost impossible to see, but there's some small solder points here which they get good connection with. So, let's see. And okay, my screwdriver was a little magnetic, not enough magnetic. Let's see. Yes. And you don't want to tighten it like it's an old car, but make sure it's proper attached. I used a lot of power before attaching this I/O shield, so I'm shaking a little. There we go. And then we can make the first connection here. Da, da, da. We need to see that. Yes. Oh, there we go. Ah. Yeah. Fantastic. Okay, I will connect the front audio cable. It goes in right here, the yellow guy here. Make sure to turn it right. In previous versions of this case, they had two connectors here, one for an old standard and one for the new. It's nice they only have the new now, because then you don't have to remove the old one. So we just tuck it in here, nice and tight, and then later when we put our video card here, it can still be there. Well, let's connect the CPU processor. Let's see, it comes with a nice fan, and of course the PSU itself. Let's see how on earth do I open this. Da-da. And when we handle a PSU, the sensitive part is the bottom here. Don't touch that. Hold it on its sides. And this guy you want to keep in case you want to return the motherboard. So first we open it. We don't need to remove it. It will pop out by itself. We open this and let's see if I can do this without fumbling. For example, turning it the right way when you open it helps. It even has two here to grab. See? Then it has a groove here. And there's a similar groove down on the motherboard. So right now I have turned it wrong. I must rotate it. Put it in without touching anything. There we go. Don't touch at the top. No need to make it dirty. Then we put it down. And it sounds horrible, but that's how it is. This one goes off by itself. And that's it. Then we need to attach the cooler. And since the connector right here is for power for the fan, then I will turn it this way, because then I can make the cable really short. All these guys, I know it has rotate, but this is rotate to open, so make sure it's not rotated. Attach it, and then all you need to do is press down, and then do the opposite one first. There we go. Then this and the opposite one. There we go. And should you ever need to remove it, then you need to rotate them. Don't rotate them now, because then it will not be attached very well. Then I will remove the I will take out the cable here, attach it, and then I will make it smaller with a zip tie in a moment. Then I will install the memory. Not so much there, but let's just do it. And it's just standard Kingston memory. It's nothing special, although it says something special, but something HyperX Genesis. And then it's important to turn these memory modules the right way. And the unfortunate part is that if you have a cheap motherboard, then it's actually possible to force the memory module down in the motherboard. I did that once, and then I have no motherboard afterwards. But the memory modules were fine. So make sure to turn them right. And when you handle memory modules, don't touch the connectors, as with any electronics. Fantastic. Next part we're going to do is a little cable management. This case does not have a connector for power. You just give it power to from the PSU, the power supply. So we have this here, and I guess it's because the LED in it is a little stronger than what all motherboards can handle, so it needs a separate connection, and they provided that from the motherboard. And then you can put your own splitter in here if you want to connect more. Yes, and then cable management. Make sure to put things the right places. So this one needs to go below here. Fantastic. And then I need to connect it. Because when everything is so tight as it is, then you need to make sure that you don't waste any space. There we go. And then we can tuck it in here. Let's see. Nice. And tight. There we go. Okay, the next thing we are going to do is connect the front panel connectors, LED switches and such. And usually this is written in the manual, but Intel also provided this nice sticker, so you can attach that to the case, and will not lose it when you need to use it again. And we have the connectors here. The front power LED is not here because that was what I just connected before directly to the power supply. And remember, these connectors have polarity. You need to turn them the right way. When it's red here, then refer to the manual, and then it's where it says plus. So if we have the green one right here, it says plus on the top. It does not say that on all of them because it doesn't matter for a switch. For a switch it doesn't matter, but for LEDs it matters. So if we connect it here, we have the hard drive LED, and I am just looking at the manuals. It needs to, there's no light here, but let's just connect it anyway. It needs to go there, yes, and so forth. Then we have the reset and the on-off. Since the on-off is in front, or not in front, in back, then I will connect that first, and then the reset switch. There we go. Nice. Okay, now we will see if we can tuck in all the cables. There was a zip tie around here, a cable tie, and I've removed that because then it's a little more flexible. Be a little careful when you push it down in the motherboard here, because you don't want to bend the motherboard too much. So I will actually push to open it here, and it doesn't feel good. There. And we want this to... It's not enough. There we go. It was a little much I did here. I would have preferred to use less force. And then let's plug in the cables. On one hand, you don't want them to push too much to the memory modules, but it's nice to have them hidden away. I have some more cables to connect. We have the USB 3, which I have bent a little here. It's quite annoying actually, the USB 3. It's not a connector I like. And then we have serial data, and here we have again cable management. I have to get this cable inside here. And actually this port is, in previous revisions of this motherboard, this specific serial data port was red because it was made for eSATA, external SATA. I don't know now, but I will just continue using that one. And then I will also attach the serial data cable for the SSD. I will just remove this guy here, I don't need that. And remember to turn it the right way. And here I have to use one of the blue connectors, because the blue in this case is serial data revision 3. Good. And then let's see if we can make all these cables look pretty. Let's see. What's that? And this is all about having a good cable management strategy. And an important thing to remember with these cables is to make sure that they don't hit any fans, so I will put an extra cable tie here. I have already mounted the SSD. So let's see if it can... Is there room for all the cables now? Or do I need to manage it more? I think it's okay. So now I will connect the power to the CPU, and let's see, we'll make power for the serial HA, and let's make it ready here. Should somebody decide another day to get an additional hard drive and data. And again, it's very important not to make sure they the cables don't hit the fans. So this will be the first thing I make sure. There we go. And here's a little thing. When you attach such, here I'm doing it wrong, because then I will end up with this sticking upwards. We don't want that. So I have to do it the other way around. We have a extra network card to install. This PC is for a very specific purpose. It will be attached to a software-based radio, which then can send the signals it captures to this PC. And it does this by its own Ethernet connection. So this PC needs two wired Ethernet connection, one for internet connection and one for this capture card. So let's close it. Oh yes, there's the stickers. Oh, I will not do that now, but what I usually do is put this sticker right here, so you have it when you have thrown away the manuals. It also has this part of the sticker here is for all the connection, and you can attach that near. You can look at it in a minute. Here's the finished nice desktop. Very light, or not, it's not light. It's very small. And let's see if it works. Or I don't know. It could be that we are in for a surprise now, that there will be flames coming out of the case. Let's see. Okay, it turned on by itself. I didn't expect that. Let's see, does the reset switch work? Yes, it does. Oh, fancy beers. All kinds of stuff you don't need. Oh, see? Oh, it's good again. Interesting here, the memory speed is actually not correct. That should be changed. Okay. Memory overrides. Oh, see. The memory comes with a profile you can use here, so that's quite nice. So as you see, this PC, even with the extra network card, only spends around 34 watts, and that's really low for a homemade PC, and it's a very powerful PC.
Hi, thanks for watching. Here's the component list so you can see exactly what I used in this video. And I just want to remind again that Intel provides very reliable components, and it's sad that they stopped producing motherboards. I have now made 15 of these PCs and none of them had any problems. Also, the power consumption is very low on this system. If you like this video, please like it. You don't need to subscribe, I don't make that many videos. See you another time.